So I just released a video on the Roxxon S501U, and I'm a big fan of this 2-in-1 multi-tool. It's just a knife and scissors, that's it, very simple. It's modular, and what I really like about it is you can take off this top plate here just by pushing these two tabs together, lifts off the handle, and you can replace the blade in there with 17 different options, even a utility knife. There's a file attachment for it. There's a lot of different options that gives the S501U a lot of functionality. Plus, those replacement blades are also compatible with the Roxxon Phantom right here. But the point is, it got me thinking about a couple CRKT knives that I've had for months now, and it's not like they're new or anything like that, but I've never recorded any content on them or anything like that. I've had these for a while, the CRKT HVAS and the CRKT Slacker. And they both have the Canonian patented field strip technology that reminded me a lot of the S501U right here. So let's check these out. Now, I know these knives have been available for a while now, especially the HVAS right here. But like I said, I've never done any content on these before. So what better time than right now after, got me thinking about this S501U right there with the really easily removed handle. In fact, let me show that real quick. You just push these tabs together and that's it. You can open up that handle. You can get access to this blade, clean it, replace the blade. Very, very awesome little multi-tool. So after I did that video, it reminded me that I had these two knives with the Canonian patented field strip technology. And if you're watching this video, you're probably already familiar with this. Like I said, this isn't a new technology. It's been around for a long time, but this is the CRKT VAS. Now, this knife is designed by Voxnez, but like I said, the Canonian patented field strip technology is right here with this little lever right here. You can see it just unlocks and locks, and that's attached right there, right around the pivot. And then there's a little wheel right here where it goes righty-loosey and lefty-tighty, and I'll demonstrate that in a little bit, but this is the CRKT Slacker right here. And I'd have to say, of the two, I don't know. I do like the slimmer, more sleek profile of the Slacker right here versus the HVAS, especially for everyday carry. If I wanted to carry one of these for every day, it would be the Slacker. If I was taking something out to the field with me, it would probably be the HVAS right here. Now, I mentioned the HVAS was designed by Voxnez, but it has the Canonian field strip technology to it. The Slacker right here was designed by Canonian. And you can see that printed right there on the blade. Also the same deal with the HVAS. It has both designers' names right on it. And I'm not gonna make this a super long video, so I'm just gonna go over some of the features here real quick. Let's start with the Slacker right here. So the Slacker has a 3.32-inch 1.4116 drop point blade with a flat grind and a satin finish. The locking mechanism is a liner lock right there. And yes, it is a rear flipper. The action on the Slacker here is pretty decent. It has a really short deep carry pocket clip right there that is tip up and right side only. And regarding that pocket clip, it doesn't really have any hot spots to it. I thought it would, being so short, but in the hand, the ergos are pretty nice. And you can see it fits in my hand very, very slim, a 4-finger grip. The handles right here are textured aluminum and they are contoured, and that has a lot to do with that really nice feel in the hand. There's no lanyard hole near the tail, but you can thread a lanyard right there through the pocket clip. And speaking of that pocket clip, it is recessed, but the screw isn't. You can see it sticking up right there. And now let's talk about the HVAS. It has a 3.375-inch 1.4116 drop point blade with a very high hollow grind and a satin finish. So with that high hollow grind, this is going to be a very, very slicey knife, which it is. No thumb studs at all. You can see it is deployed with a thumb hole right there. The handles here are made of a glass-filled nylon. It also has a deep carry pocket clip, but this one is tip up only, but it is reversible. And because it's reversible with the thumb hole, that makes this an ambidextrous knife. And the HVAS also has a liner lock right there for its locking mechanism. Both of these knives, I'm not really sure if it's because they have the Teflon washers inside. They don't have the greatest drop shut in the world. So You can see it does feel smooth, but it's not just dropping by itself. Even if I try to give it a little help, there we go. And now let's try the slacker. Let me demonstrate that. So you can see, I mean, that's fine. It's not really a deal breaker, but I've seen better action for sure on CRKT knives. And like I said, I'm not really sure if it's because it has this field strip technology and they both have Teflon washers inside. But most likely, if you're buying these with the field strip technology here, you're not really buying them for the great action. You're buying them because of the ease of taking out the handle and cleaning off the inside. In fact, let me demonstrate that really quick. And once again, I'm aware you guys have probably seen this 1,000 times, but I'm gonna do this very quickly. Just flip that tab up and turn that little wheel right there. And that's basically it. A toolless disassembly for both of these knives. So you can see what the inside looks like right there. Take out the blade. And you can see right here on the inside of the slacker, there's no real liners except for the locking bar right there, and that's it. And that locking bar, you can see it does have a small detent right there at the end, and you can see that Teflon washer right there around the pivot and on the other side of that handle. And regarding that washer, it's not just gonna fall out easily, but you still have to watch out just in case you're in the field, you're washing this off. Just be careful not to lose that washer. You're not gonna wanna lose that. I'd say you have to hit this pretty darn hard to lose that. I mean, you can see, yeah, still there. And just reverse the steps to replace that blade. So I'm going to get that little guide right back in there and pop on the pivot right there. See, let's see, sometimes I have issues getting the pivot back on correctly. So when that happens, just make sure everything is flush, everything is sitting right, nice and flat right there near the pivot, and then just click over that locking mechanism. And like I said, lefty tighty for this, and there's a reason for that. And they got it right with this. And after that, after it's tight, that's it. Boom. And with the HVAS, it has the same exact deal. So you guys get the idea. Actually, let me check the centering on these. Here's the centering on the slacker. Not bad. So even after I just took it apart, that centering is pretty decent. Let me check the centering on the HVAS. Actually, very, very nice. That is really, really decent for a knife that you can just disassemble like that, put it back together, and still have it centered like that. So the CRKT slacker is still in production, but I believe the CRKT HVAS is a discontinued knife. But the company that sent these to me, Arena Accessories, still has a bunch of these available for sale. They sent both of these knives out to me, and I want to thank Arena Accessories for doing that. So if you've always wanted an HVAS and just can't get one anymore because it's discontinued, go check out Arena Accessories. I'll have those links down below in my description box. But I'm glad I finally got around to talking about these two knives from CRKT with the field strip technology. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the CRKT slacker and the CRKT HVAS? Like I already said, if you want to check these out for yourself, I will have links down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe and go.